I'm here in northern Spain, test driving the all-new Jaguar F-Type, the first two-seater sports car from Jaguar in over 50 years. We start our journey in the first of three available models, F-Type, F-Type S, and the F-Type V8S, each with its own distinct growl under the hood. Jaguar's new 3-liter V6 pumps out 340 supercharged horsepower, immediately putting a smile on my face. And yes, I tortured that car through the slalom-like roads and small villages that were scattered along the high-speed route between Pamplona, Spain and southern France. Along the way, we stopped and traded cars and moved up one level to the F-Type V6S. All I could think was, I can't wait to get this machine on the racetrack. The Navarra Circuit, Spain's premier FIA-grade racetrack, is the perfect location to truly test the ultimate speed and agility of the F-Type. With the 15 corners along this 2.5-mile course, the V6S, with its all-aluminum double wishbone front and rear suspension systems, provide precise body control. Adding an additional 40 horsepower, a limited slip differential, an active exhaust system, and if you like, an available configurable dynamics program to help manage that now 380 supercharged horsepower. As I drove the V6S, I pushed the car even harder into the turns. I can definitely feel the torsional and lateral stiffness of this amazing lightweight chassis. With adaptive damping adding an additional layer of dynamic capability, this car is simply amazing on the track. Fittingly enough, after debuting its first modern two-seater sports car, the XK120, Jaguar threw its hat in the ring on the racetrack with the racing C-Type, winning the Le Mans 24-hour race twice.
And here comes Johnson's Jaguar flashing over the finishing line to win Britain's first stock car race.
So impressed with the XK120, then the fastest production car in the world, topping speeds of 130 miles an hour, famous actor Clark Gable was delivered Jaguar's first production XK120 Roadster. 6 years later, in 1954, Jaguar launched the XK140 two-seater, successor to the XK120 and the D-Type race car, capable of speeds reaching 170 miles an hour. The D-Type's design was the first to utilize aeronautical technology with its innovative monocoque construction. The revolutionary D-Type won Le Mans 3 years in a row. In 1961, Jaguar announced the E-Type, or the XKE, capable of driving up to 150 miles an hour with increased power of 250 horsepower. The E-Type is an icon of 60s motoring, a car Enzo Ferrari called the most beautiful car in the world. 52 years later, the Jaguar F-Type is launched. The E-Type did set the bar pretty high back in the 60s. But if anyone can resurrect that iconic spirit, bringing new life to a celebrated design, it's none other than one of the automotive world's most accomplished designers, Ian Callum.
It's not just about the details, it's about the big picture, the thing that excites you from 200 yards away. You have to design Jaguars from the ground up. You have to design them with the philosophy of beauty of line, purity of form, and these great, exciting proportions. Exactly what the E-Type has, but it evolves in a different way because this car is the 21st century.
The F-Type does deliver on what sophisticated 21st century sports car enthusiasts desire. And with its optional configurable dynamics program, the driver can tailor a number of the dynamic features to personal taste. It even includes a lap timer and G-meter functionality.
One of the nice features about the car is we have a line that emanates from the front of the car. It sweeps through the door and just disappears. There are one or two cues, but perhaps influenced by the E-Type. There's a bonnet bulge down the middle there on the bonnet, and the haunches at the back that sculpt into the rear end, and then across the back you'll see these beautiful tail lamps, which I have to say we were greatly influenced by the E-Type tail lamps. We wanted to drop the back off in a sort of teardrop way. We wanted to give it a lovely elegance that sweeps off the back of the car. It means that the trunk lid is actually quite low, and so we now have a deployable spoiler that comes up at 50 miles an hour to give the car all the aerodynamic needs for the stability the car has. And the interior, very simple architecture. We've got one strong line that comes off the dashboard and envelops the center console. It kind of wraps the driver inside the cockpit of the car. The switches of the car are very tactile and very technical. That's very deliberate on our part because this is a sports car. It's a very mechanical object.
Yes, a sports car in which I've had the distinct pleasure of hitting speeds into the triple digits, all while carving through the winding mountain roads of Spain. I finally get to drive the V8S model. With the scream of the uncorked exhaust echoing off the cliffs, I almost feel fearless behind the wheel. This machine seems to have an instinct all of its own on the road. It feels more like I'm piloting a fighter jet with its lightweight aluminum body shell and architecture. Every system, steering, brakes, powertrain, have all been optimized for immediacy of response to driver inputs. And with its 495 supercharged horsepower driving through an 8-speed quick-shift transmission to an electronically controlled limited-slip differential maximizing traction, you best hold on tight. There's no doubt Jaguar's monumental endeavor with the launch of the new F-Type is a success. It has everything a true sports car demands, and then some. With impeccable design and engineering, the F-Type is sure to add to an unprecedented list of Jaguar sports cars.